right, Sunday Side Hustle. Mike Stigs is in the house. Figure I'd start off with some music because I had one person say, how come you don't play any music on your show? I said, because it's a talk show. So why would I be playing music if it's a talk show? This is Sunday Side Hustle. This is about sports betting, handicapping, other types of hustling. So why would I be playing music? So anyways, kicked it off. That was Phil Collins. If you don't know who Phil Collins is, he's from the 80s. All right, I got Manny C bringing me some Power X because, with this clock changing stuff is ridiculous because I've been tired all day and I'm trying to write an outline to do the show. And I was tired all the way up to about 4 o'clock. Then I drove here and now I'm tired again. I was, Manny, you got any Power X on you? He's like, I got some in the car. I was like, well, I'm going to need some Power X because I can't do this clock changing thing. When I went to college in Arizona, you don't have to do a clock change. Why do we got to do it in Vegas? Vegas is like 6 miles from Arizona. Why are we changing the clock? I understand if you live in Green Bay, you might need a clock change, but we don't need it here in Vegas. It doesn't matter. There's no windows in the casinos. There's no windows in the sports book, so it doesn't matter if it's light out or dark out. All the cars have headlights on it. All the farm equipment has lights on it too. So let's stop doing this clock change stuff. But let's get into the football thing because I haven't even taken a sip yet of this Power X right here. So hold on a second. I can't do any dead air, so give me 2 seconds. All right. See, that was me drinking Power X in 2 seconds. And Manny, the owner of Power X, wanted to get a shot of me drinking the Power X because that's how you promote. Because, when you're a celebrity and you got a business, see, this is a side hustle right here. When you have a celebrity drinking Power X, you got to get a shot and then you promote it all over the Power X Instagram and all the websites. So he probably has about, 30, 40 pictures of me drinking this Power X stuff. And, that's why we're Guinness record holders, because of Power X and the radio station. In case you don't know, you could always go to 223takeovervegasradio.com. You click on Guinness records and see what we did to get the Guinness record for all that stuff. But anyway, here we are, week 9. Are you ready for some football? I don't know if that's copyright. I hope not, because then I might have lost like $6 right there. But anyway, are you ready for some football? Let's kick it off. Week 9. We're halfway through the season. Halfway through the season now. So with all the tips I've given you, if you apply all the tips, you should be making money right now. But like I said, you have to watch out. Remember the tip I told you. You have to watch out who could come down with COVID. See, that's a new thing. We haven't been playing, we haven't coming up with sports betting, picking games, worrying about who's getting COVID. Because, you have a quarterback out with COVID. The whole game is different now. With even the hockey players and this basketball players and total mess. Whole new aspect of sports betting with this COVID. And, that started last year. It probably cost me, I didn't memorize the calculations, but because of this COVID, sometimes I was putting these plays in to get a good line, and then all of a sudden, two or three people have a COVID thing, and then they can't play the game, and then all of a sudden they lose. So that's a new aspect of sports betting. So on top of weather, like I said last week, got to start paying attention to the weather. Weather was not a factor today, but I said come November, December, you got to keep your eye on the weather. Because if you're coming up with a field goal and all of a sudden it's 40-mile-an-hour winds, those 40-mile-an-hour winds could affect that field goal, especially if they're trying to kick a 48-yard field goal to win the game. And then they got, there's 48-mile-an-hour winds, so I'm going to try kicking it a little bit to the right, and he shanks it way right. So you gotta watch that's why indoor games are better. That's why hockey, you don't have to worry about the weather. You just have to worry about whether or not their plane flew in and made it to Boston. That's the only thing that could affect the game there, if their flight was late. Also basketball, you don't have to worry about weather. But anyway, week 9, it started off with the Jets and the Colts. The 2-5 New York Jets, Jets. ranked number 28 in the power ranking, and the Colts, 3-5, ranked 22. So these are two bottom feeders, 22 versus 28. Those are definitely not playoff teams. The Jets ranked 32 out of all 32 teams and points scored. 114 points scored in 9 games, or 8 games right now. That's all they've scored. That's nothing. Like I said, the Edmonton Oilers will score more goals this season than the Jets will put up. And they get 6 points when you score a touchdown. That's guarantee you. That should be a play. If the sportsbook director that I know is listening, that should have been a play up on the board. A future bet. The Edmonton Oilers score more goals than the New York Jets will score points. That should have been a prop bet right there. And I'll get into prop bets because come Super Bowl, there's about 500 prop bets. That prop stands for proposition. All right, so the Jets and the Colts. That was the Thursday night game. The Colts were given 11. Jets quarterback was out with a knee injury. And I've had a bunch of people call me asking me what I'm doing. And I said, I'm taking the Colts minus 11. And everybody said, what are you talking about? Mike White. Mike White is playing. Mike White is playing for the Jets. I said, big deal. I said, no, Mike White, he's gonna do good. I said, no, he's not. I said, who's Mike White? He's like, well, you should know who Mike White is. I said, yeah, who's Mike White? He hasn't done anything. So you're going to have one of the biggest games of the week, which is Thursday, which everybody is watching. When you're on a bad team like the Jets and your contract is up, or if you're on the Colts and your contract is up and you know the whole league is watching this game, you're going to have to step up, because if you want to get out of there and make more money, you've got to play good when everybody's watching you. But Mike White has not played any game. He was drafted in 2018. He's played he's been in the league 3 years. He's never played a game. Never played a game. I had 3 people sit there and try to tell me that Mike White is going to do good. I hope he does good. But you can't go up against a quarterback that's established in the league, and you have a rookie quarterback who hasn't played step up in the middle of the season and carry the team. So everybody was taking the Jets plus the points. One guy even told me to take the Jets money line. I said, you're out of your mind. I said, how about me and you just do 500? I said, you could take the points. You won't even have to go money line. Let's do a $500 bet. I guarantee you the Colts minus 11 will win. And then when I said 500, he started getting nervous. All of a sudden, his confidence went from super high to super, I'm not doing it. So yeah, that just told me right there that, you're talking all confident, but then when there's money on the table, all of a sudden, what happened to that Mike White guy you liked all of a sudden? Anyway, game was over, Thursday, 45-30. The Jets got smashed. That was an easy win. Easy win. I told you, 9 out of 10 times you take the better quarterback, you're probably going to win the game. So we have an established quarterback versus a guy who hasn't played. The guy's been sitting. He hasn't played since preseason. He played a couple snaps. Big deal. Who cares about preseason? Don't put your money on, because some people on TV shows about sports are talking about him all week, how great this guy's going to be. He could be great. He ain't going to be great on Thursday, I said. Power X. All right. Broncos and the Cowboys. That game played today. Broncos 4-4, ranked number 18. Cowboys 6-1, ranked number 5. Now, if you remember my tip last week when I said, if you could watch the consensus money, when there's a lot of money going on one team, sometimes something happens. This is one of those times. The Broncos ranked 22 in points scored with 157, and they've let up 137. The Cowboys have scored 225. That's almost double. That's almost double. Broncos quarterback Teddy Bridgewater, 1,914 yards, 70.4 completed passes, 13 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Quarterback ranking 100.6. Those are good numbers, Teddy Bridgewater right there. I'm sure the Jets would love him on the team. The Cowboys, one of the best quarterbacks in the league, Dak Prescott, 1,813 yards, 73.1% completed passes, 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 115.6 quarterback rating. That is a wash right there. Two good quarterbacks. Dak's a little bit better. He could run better, so he could scramble and maybe get a pass off, or he could just take off and run and get the first down. So those are two really good quarterbacks going at it. Denver has won four teams with losing records. Their only wins are against teams with losing records. Cowboys trying to win their 7th in a row. Like I said, watch the consensus money if you have that stat available to you. A lot of money went towards the Cowboys. So I stayed off this game just because of that. Because I told you, when I see that, something happens. The Broncos won 30-16. So I don't know, maybe the Cowboys just said, forget it. It's an easy win. We don't even have to practice. We don't have to do anything. We don't even have to put our helmets on and our cleats and tie them. But the consensus told me to stay off that game. And there it is, right there for you. The consensus, all the money on the other side. Broncos won 30-16. All over on paper said the Cowboys would win this game and cover the 9 points. But no, the Cowboys lost by 14 points. So that's what I was telling you about, the consensus. All right, moving along. Raiders and Giants. Can the Raiders get any more distractions with the coach being resigned?
See you in the morning.
Coach resigning and everything, so they had the best star wide receiver had been kicked off the team because of the situation here in Las Vegas. I'm not going to talk about that. That has nothing to do with me, and I don't have to comment at all. It's been all over the news worldwide. But the Raiders, another sad story for the Raiders. Raiders come in at 5-2, ranked number 11. The Giants 2-6, ranked number 27. The Raiders is ranked number 16 with points for at 180 and 166 points against. The Giants ranked 24th, 156 points and 200 points they've let up. Derek Carr, the quarterback for the Raiders, 2,269 yards, 67.7%, 12 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, a 101.5 quarterback ranking. Daniel Jones on the New York Giants, 1,949 yards, 64%, 7 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 86.2%. So Derek Carr, obviously the better quarterback here. Carr's last game, he threw 34 times, completed 31 passes, 323 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Daniel Jones threw the ball 32 times, completed 10 less passes than Carr did. So 222 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Clearly the Raiders quarterback is better. Raiders at 5-2 is clearly the better team. Giants at 2-6. But all this bad press and all the stuff that's happening to the Raiders caught up to them. The Giants getting 3 points didn't need it. The Giants won 23-16. A lot of money was also on the Raiders on this one, so this could be another consensus. I'll call it a consensus conspiracy. But I can't really do it on that one because the stuff that's happening to the Raiders the past 3-4 weeks is catching up to them. All right, the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Saints giving 6 points. Falcons come in with a record of 3-4, ranked number 25 in the power rankings. Saints come in at 5-2, ranked number 10. So the Saints is a really good team here. The Falcons points for 148 to 195. The Saints 176 to 128. So clearly when it comes to points, the Saints score more points and they let up less points than the Falcons do. So that's a key stat right there. Quarterback for the Saints tore his ACL and he's not playing the rest of the season. So now they're going to go to a backup quarterback. The Falcons has one of the best quarterbacks, played for over 12 years now. Quarterback Matt Ryan, 1,814 yards, 68.6% completed passes, 13 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, a 93.9 quarterback rating. So once again, you have a veteran quarterback up against a rookie. Saints are given 6. So if you stole the Falcons plus the points, you didn't even need it. You could have went straight up and made more money. Falcons won 27-25. Saints put up a hell of a fight. But once again, quarterback, the better quarterback usually wins, like I say. Bills and Jaguars. Bills and Jaguars. Buffalo Bills, one of the best teams in the league, coming in at 5-2, ranked number 6. Jaguars 1-6, ranked 29. The Bills are number 4 in scoring points at 229 to 119. I lied, 229 to 109. The Jaguars ranked number 30th in points scored, 123. That's another team, the Edmonton Oilers, will score more goals. Probably even the Golden Knights will even score more goals than them, and the Florida Panthers. And this team just doesn't score. Bills quarterback Josh Allen, one of the best in the league, 1,972 yards, 65.4% completed passes, 17 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 103.1% quarterback rating. Jaguars Trevor Lawrence, rookie quarterback, been talking about him all year. He will be very good soon. Probably needs to go to another team though. And then he'll be good. Kind of like Ryan Tannehill. He was on Miami. He was not too good. Couldn't throw the ball more than 20 yards. And all of a sudden he goes to Tennessee and he's one of the best quarterbacks there is. All right, so where was I? Josh Allen versus Trevor Lawrence. So you got Allen, one of the best quarterbacks, and Trevor Lawrence is one of the best rookies that's playing right now. He's got 1,703 yards, 59%, 8 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. That's normal for a rookie. 74% quarterback rating. I have not watched this game because there's too many games to watch. The final score was the Jaguars 9 and the Bills 6. So anytime I see something really strange like this score, when you have the Buffalo Bills that are scoring 35 points a game, only scoring 6, I gotta see what happened. That's the thing. I'm doing the show prep right in the middle of these games, so I can't watch 47 TVs and do a show outline. But yeah, I gotta definitely look into why. If one of my sports betting guys hit me up on a text. But yeah, 6 points. It's not even a touchdown. What do they get? 2 field goals, or they get 3 safeties? So I definitely got to look into that. That's something. That's a consensus conspiracy right there. All the money was on the Bills. Well, I won't say all the money. The majority of the money was on the Bills. The spread was 14.5. I even took them at minus 14.5. Actually, I teased it down to 14. But definitely got to look into that game. That's my homework assignment when I get home. All right, the Browns and the Bengals. The battle for Ohio. Cleveland, Ohio versus Cincinnati, Ohio. All right, I think Cincinnati's in Ohio. I don't know. I got to pull up a map. Anyway, the Browns 4-4, ranked number 16. The Bengals 5-3, ranked number 9. The Browns ranked 14th with points scored 183 to 180. I don't like that stat. If you scored this many points, you should let up a lot less. Bengals 220, and they let up 162. See, that's a much better stat. You don't want to be 183 and 180. You want to be 220 and 162. What do I know? Browns, Baker Mayfield, the quarterback, 1,699 yards, 66.6% completed passes, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Not too good stat right there. That's injury stuff. 96. He's got a 96% quarterback rating. That's not good. Joe Burrow, second year in the league, 2,215 yards. That looks much better. 67.9% completed passes, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. See, now Baker Mayfield only has 6 touchdowns. That's a 14 touchdown right there. But that doesn't matter. Quarterback rating, 108.0. So the second year quarterback is doing very good. The Browns smoked the Bengals for the Battle of Ohio. 41-16. That's a big one. The Bengals were favored, and they were giving the Browns 2.5 points. Maybe they could use those 2.5 points next week. That's a big one right there. The sports book was way off on that one. All right, New England Patriots, Carolina Panthers. Patriots giving 3.5 points to the Panthers. Patriots at 504-4, ranked 13 in the power rankings. Panthers also 4-4, ranked 20th. Patriots are ranked in the top 10, at number 9 with 206 points scored, 164 points against. And the Panthers are ranked number 20th, 165 points, 159. That's a key stat right there. All right, the last game, Patriots, Mac Jones, the quarterback stats. Patriots, Mac Jones, 1,997 yards, 18 for 37. No, that was his last game. 68.1% completed passes, 9 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 90.1 quarterback rank. You see, this clock change, I'm so tired of it. I hate this clock change. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. Panthers quarterback Sam Darnold is questionable due to concussion, and you got to look at that. Even if he starts the game, one big hit, he could be right back out of the game. So you got to look into that stuff. Anytime you see questionable, if he starts, you probably want to in-game bet if you're in Vegas and be like, all right, let's see if he makes it through the first quarter. All right, so that's a key tip right there. Now remember, the in-game betting is key. You could use that to make up money, or you could just say, you know what, I'm not sure of this game. Let me watch that first quarter or half of the first quarter, and then I'll make my mind up. Anyway, the Patriots won easy, 24-6. Sportsbook missed on that one because Patriots were given 3.5 points, and they won by a lot more than that. Minnesota Vikings and the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens -7. Vikings are at 3 wins and 4 losses at number 19. The Ravens at 5-2, one of the best teams in the league, ranked number 7. The Vikings, 21st place when it comes to points scored. 163 points, 157 points scored against. Do I have to say it again? I don't like that stat. Ravens, ranked number 13, 187 scored, 164 scored against. Kirk Cousins, Vikings quarterback, 1,769 yards, 69.5% completed passes, 13 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 105.4 quarterback ranking. Ravens, Lamar Jackson, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. 1,943 yards, 64.9% completed passes, 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 99.3% quarterback ranking. This game went into overtime. This is now the third or the fourth game. I think it's the third game the Ravens went into overtime. And they're winning them all, so that's good. The Ravens won 34-31. When they got to overtime, I didn't know if they were going to pull it out because I watched the overtime. I was like, I can't believe they're in overtime again. There's been a lot of overtime this year, more than normal. I mean, I don't have the stat of exactly how many have gone into overtime, but it's every week there's like 1 or 2. Usually there was like 2 or 3 a year. Now all of a sudden there's a lot of overtime. Houston Texans versus DJ Van's team, the Miami Dolphins. You can listen to DJ Van's Sinful Temptations Monday through Thursday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. You can even request songs if you want. I catch a couple minutes every day. Very busy. I have customers I gotta deal with. Sometimes I'd rather just listen to the music and not listen to what the customers are saying. But definitely catch that station. Definitely catch that show on this station, 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. That's one of the headliner shows there. You also have Morning Mayhem, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday with DJ Bad Girl, Mr. Multi-Hustle, and myself on Mondays. But they're here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And that's from 8 a.m. to 10, sometimes 10:30, sometimes 10:40. But definitely 8 a.m. to 10, and then you get the extra extended version. And then you have the Commander Show, Nights Over Las Vegas, from 12 to 3, playing the music that everybody knows. So definitely check that out Monday through Friday from 12 to 3. All right, here we go. Patriots, no, Dolphins, Texans. The battle of the terrible 1-7s. That's what I'm calling this game. Both teams at 1-7. The Dolphins quarterback, Tagovailoa, is out for this game. But that could be a good thing. I'm not sold on him yet. The thing that bothers me the most is left-handed quarterback. I don't like watching the left. It's just not. It's not natural. It doesn't look natural. Because the way that they set up the stadium, the cameras are always on one side of the stadium. So when you have a right-handed quarterback, you're used to watching a right-handed quarterback. But then when he comes on the field, it's like backwards. Maybe if they move the camera angle, I'd like the left-handed quarterback a lot better. But when I'm watching things, and by the way, I watch these games with the sound off for a reason. I'll get into that's a major tip. But when I'm watching, the mechanics of it is just like backwards. You know, baseball, you got left-handed pitchers all the time, and you have right-handed pitchers, and you have right-handed batters, right? That's normal because you see it all the time. I think there's only 2 quarterbacks in the league that are left-handed, but watching the mechanics of it, maybe I just turn my TV to the other wall, and then that could work. I watched the TV with the reflection of a mirror, and that'll turn him around. It'll look like a right-handed quarterback. Maybe that'll work. I'll try that. and then I'll probably be on board with them. But just watching the mechanics is just like a little off because you don't see as much as you do with baseball with a left-handed pitcher. You see those all the time. Baseball season is over. All right, so the Miami Dolphins, Houston Texans. How much can I stall on this game? Because I didn't like this game at all. This game is must-skip TV. That was my notes from Thursday. Texans, Dolphins. I'll even show, because I'm recording this for my Stigs TV YouTube channel. I'll show it right there. Must-skip TV. The Dolphins actually won the game. I didn't think they would. Dolphins were given 7. They won 17-9. Texas quarterback Davis Mills, 1,357 yards, 67%, 7 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 80.2 quarterback rating, and they lost to the Dolphins' backup quarterback, which it looks like the last 2 seasons, their backup quarterback is actually starts half the games. You know, when they went back and forth with Fitzmagic and Tagovailoa, they bring in Fitzpatrick for the win. It's like a closer. That's how it was. It's just, they had 2 quarterbacks. This is the quarterback for the Dolphins. I think he's played now 3 games or 4 games because Tagovailoa is injured a lot. He was injured big time when he played in the college league. I think he blew out his hip or leg or both. I don't have the notes on his injuries. But yeah, Miami won 17-9. So Dolphin fans, you got your second win of the season. And when it comes to when you're that bad, and this also goes for the Lions, who hasn't won a game yet, lose the rest of the season and get a better draft pick. Who cares if you win another 2 games? You get nothing for it. I mean, yeah, the fan base has to buy the tickets, but right now, the way the Dolphins and Lions are, anybody that buys tickets, they should have to pay the fans the money to watch the game. So they should get all the money back. But yeah, it's a business, so if I was running the business, I'd double the ticket prices. You want to see this game? Really? You're that big of a fan? I'm going to double the prices. You want to see this game for $300 instead of $150? You're definitely a fan, and you could take a cheerleader home if you want, so she could wash your car. All right, LA Chargers at the Eagles. Chargers -2.